think I heard you say not the best product or best, business one. Sometimes it's who can tell the best story, right?
Almost always.
Almost always.
Yeah.
Please tell us a little bit more about that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, there are storytelling is a foundational skill for a founder to either possess or develop. Hard stop. And if you're like, I'm not good at it, I'm not a good storyteller, well, then go do something else. Because you need to be able to tell stories when you sell to your customer. You need to be able to tell stories when you recruit, when you're asking somebody to leave their cushy job and come work with your high risk, almost certain to fail startup. You better be a good storyteller. If you do end up needing to raise money, you better be a good storyteller. And storytelling is something that is probably the most central cultural activity of humanity. That's what we do. We tell stories. And yeah, there are people that are better at it than others, but it is not, you're not born a good storyteller. That is a skill you develop, and you develop it by studying good storytellers. You develop, the way you get good at anything is practice. The way you get good at making money is practice making money. You know, one of the things I ask entrepreneurs when I'm kind of interviewing them is I'm like, tell me the time you remember first making money on your own. And every great founder I've ever met has been practicing making money since they were in elementary school. Wow. Okay? Wow. And the same thing is true with storytelling. So you get good at storytelling by telling stories. But it is probably the central skill of successful founders, because, you know, back to Steve Jobs, they talked about the Steve Jobs reality distortion field. That's storytelling. Right. He was able to get people to believe things that had not yet come to pass, to believe things that were counter to conventional wisdom. How do you do that? It's a narrative. But a story has an antagonist, a protagonist, a climax, and a denouement. So whether we're talking about your investor pitch deck, your investor pitch deck is a narrative arc. You need to introduce the antagonist. Here's the problem. Introduce the protagonist, your product or service. The climax, when your customer's problem is solved. And the denouement, what's in it for you if you come along with me on this journey, right? So yeah, 2 thumbs up on cultivating your storytelling capabilities.
And the best way to get at it is practice, as you said.